Hi everyone, Jared here with Day Traders FX. Hopefully you're having a great week. We've had some great trades this week, and the markets are developing nicely for some good, medium to longer term setups. Quickly in the U.S. markets, a little bit of a rally today. Dow and S&P are up a bit. We're seeing some dollar weakness. Gold's kind of flat. And oil's down just a little bit. So a quick look at that. As far as news goes, nothing too exciting happening today. We do have a little bit of speech coming out of the Bank of Australia, central bank. So that may cause a little bit, but it's not expected to be a hugely volatile announcement. But just keep your eye on that. That's coming up in a few hours. Where we do expect some volatility, we do get a little bit of movement on the pound dollar from the employment change. This isn't job creation. This is just unemployment claims. So that might be a little bit of something, but this is going to be big news right here. FOMC, FOMC, FOMC. We have 3 FOMC announcements tomorrow. So the projections, not a big deal. FOMC statement gets things moving pretty well. That's at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, and then we have FOMC press conference, which can add a little bit of craziness into the mix, and that'll be just under 2 hours afterwards. So just be ready for that movement and that action. Euro dollar has been doing some interesting stuff here from this rally. From this drop from the high of last week, which is about 131.25. We've seen about a 250 pip run down, and that move right there, Fibonacci levels wise, we have 50% is at 130. Good psychological area. Lots of stops taken out. We had a little reversal candle there at 130 and a little bit of a dip, and then we broke above that 130, and stops were most likely triggered. We got up to about 130.15. So there would have been some stops definitely just above 130. Next level we have is 130.30, which is the 61.8, which is also weekly resistance numero uno. So we've got that weekly resistance 1 right there. Some pretty good overlapping stuff. So that should be a nice little point of possible reversal. But overall, as you guys know, I've talked about this quite a bit. We have this nice triple top here. This may or may not hold. It's really anybody's guess at this point. The euro has a pretty strong reputation of rallying through the month of December, so we'll see if that happens. We'll see if that's the case. But what I'm looking at here is on the weekly chart. We have this nice channel on the weekly chart on the euro dollar. I've talked about this quite a bit, and we have a very, very nice reversal candle right here. So a nice shooting star, nice reversal candle just below that 131.50. So what I'm looking to do is get short just shy of this 131. This high right here is about 131.25, and I want to get short just shy of that high and have stops just above that. I think if this 131.25 triggers, we're probably going to get a run through 131.50 anyways. So we don't need to risk too much on this one. So if I can get in somewhere up around 130.50, 130.75, I really would rather not have much larger than about a 50 pip loss, but I'm going to be shorting against this level. I'm not going to really do anything until we get up here closer to this 130.50, 130.75-ish area, and then from there I'm going to start looking for opportunities to short against this high, and that's where I think this euro dollar may be headed. Again, if it breaks above 131.25, it's probably headed to the moon anyways, so it could be headed to some much larger highs. But that's a big, strong resistance level. We'll see if that holds, but this is a great reversal candle on the weekly chart, and I think that's going to be a great spot to look for those entries. I don't see too much of anything to do until then. We're working on kind of this big head and shoulders pattern here, and we've got this right shoulder right here, right at about 130. And so far, we haven't really made much of a break of it. We may get a big break there, so we're going to keep an eye on that. But again, I'm looking to short up here, sell somewhere above 130.50, as high above 130.50 as possible. But I'm going to start really actively looking for opportunities to sell up there. We had a nice little buy above this daily pivot, and it ran up, grabbed some nice pips out of it, and then it's just kind of, I think it's kind of a wait and see kind of moment for a little while. Pound dollar, almost zero interest in this one. There's nothing too exciting on any of these time frames except for this resistance up here, which is about 161.30. You can see that on the daily chart. There's a little bit of activity up there. Maybe worth keeping an eye on. I don't know. I'm probably not going to trade the pound dollar too much for the next couple of days, weeks, months. We'll just see. Euro yen is another bit of interest. As you remember the daily video yesterday, really all I'm interested in is euro dollar Euro yen and Aussie dollar for the near term. I don't see anything else that looks super amazing. But we've had a nice little reversal off of this weekly resistance 1 on the euro yen, and it seems to be sputtering just a little tiny bit. Now, if we draw the same kind of fib levels from the highs to the low, kind of the same range, highs of last week to the low, like the euro dollar did, you can see that we have about a 200 pip or so run. We've just broken, in this short-term range here, we've broken above the 61.8. We had a little reversal off that 61.8, and we're above it now, but we've got a nice little reversal candle there. We're going to see if this holds. That may be an opportunity to look into. Likewise, I do like on this euro yen the same kind of candlestick pattern that we have on the euro dollar, which is a lot of resistance up here just below 10800 on the euro yen. We have a nice reversal candle, and I'm just looking for it to stay below this. I'd like to get short somewhere up just shy of this level. We're currently about 65 pips off of that, so I want to get short just below this and take this thing on back down. It's coming into, on the daily chart, we can see that we're coming into the top of the channel and so on, and this should be a good area of resistance and hopefully something able to turn this euro yen down. So again, I'm looking to short below 10800, stops just above, literally 10805 is probably where I'll have my stops, and I think we have a good opportunity to get short from there. So let's wait for it. Let's get it up there a little bit more. Let's break through this 107 kind of 40 resistance and see if we can get just another 20, 30, 40 pips higher would be ideal. And then on to the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, we've been watching this level over and over and over again. Big reversal candle on the 4-hour chart. We've just broken it and opened above that level. And so in this area, we kind of have a short-term channel that's been bouncing around up here, and that's going to put us somewhere. I like shorting this thing around 105.50 to 105.75, kind of in that area, with stops up above this 106.15 area. We have a big, double top here, and whether we break that or not, we'll see, but I don't think we will. I think we're going to have a nice opportunity to short below this 106.15, 106.20-ish area. So we're going to be looking for those opportunities to short there. And then that is kind of what I'm super interested in. Anything in the meantime is kind of just noise as far as I'm concerned. I think we need to wait for the bigger, better levels. And of course, I'll have details coming out on Twitter, and you can follow me at twitter.com/daytradersfx. I'll have more details coming out, but these are the real big focuses of my near-term future: euro dollar, euro yen, Aussie dollar. Best of luck, guys. I will see you in the chat and on Twitter. Thanks, everyone.